Welcome back to BackToBaskin. This is Metroid Prime. In the last video, I don't really remember what we did. But in this video, we're going to fight some Chozo ghosts really quick. So I'm going to go ahead and charge up my charge beam. Charge that charge. So we can prepare for some super missiling. Fellow chucker, eh? I was thinking that. And my nose keeps bothering me. I'm just gonna talk about random shit while I do this. I have like, I'm not picking my nose. Don't worry. I swear to God, I'm not. But I have like this thing on the outside of my nose. It's on the outside. And it's on the side of my nose, like where your nose and cheek kind of connect. That little area right there. There's just something sitting there, and it's like, I don't know. It's like some kind of scab or something. But I haven't done anything to my nose in a while, so I don't know why I would have a scab there. But I don't know. I have like this weird thing that whenever I have scabs, I have to like, this is probably going to be like really gross, but I'm like, oh, why? Whenever I have scabs, though, I have to pick at them, because it just bugs me when I have scabs and stuff. So I have like scars all over me from like, where I've had scabs and picked at them and stuff. And like on my left arm, I have this big white gash. It's like a big scar, because when I was a teenager, and I don't for the life of me remember how it happened, but we had like a sharp corner on our stove, well, our oven actually. And I ended up cutting open my arm on the oven, and it scabbed up and scarred and everything. Plus I have like a bunch all over my hands and stuff. The problem is a lot of them I don't remember how I got them at this point now. Like I have one on my right hand index finger. That's like the most prominent one, and the one I like remember most vividly is it's like on the part of my finger, like between the knuckle and where it connects to the top of the finger. And it's a decent sized scar. What artifact was that? Okay, so we only have one left. That's actually pretty sweet, and I know exactly where it is. So what happened was I had this pet rat. For those who don't know, I might have talked about this. I don't remember. I've had tons of pet rats. I got my first one when I was like 6 or 7, and then my mom and I were big fans of rats, and they're great pets. They're really great. And you're probably going to be like, well, they're not, considering you have a giant scar on your hand from where they bit you. But what it was is, first things first, never buy an old rat. Like, buy them really young. Like, not necessarily baby, but, you know, like just a few months old. Also, I want to say really quick before I go into that, I want to say I learned that you can actually get up here without actually being swallowed by the stone toads. I still use the stone toad method, which is probably the best one in my opinion. But you can actually get up on a ledge without using the stone toads by just going up. What the hell? By just going up a side with. Fuck. That one like got me from like a really big distance. But you can what the fuck? You can get up the ramp on a side with no stone toad and then just use the control stick to veer up onto it. It's possible. On to what I was saying though. What was I saying? My rats. I bought one that was 1.5 years old at one point in my life. I was like, oh Jesus, how old was I? I was been like 10 or 11, I think. Maybe 12. No older. Between like 10 and 12. And we bought this rat that was 1.5 years old when we got it, which is like full grown, and he was huge. Like huge for a rat, like the size of like a guinea pig. And by the time he died, because he lived to be like really old, he lived to be like 3.5, which is really old for a rat. And he, like, nobody's gonna believe me, he got huge. He got like to be the size of like, what is something I can equate it to? I'm like looking around my room now. Honestly, he was obviously not the size of a square. I'm checking my map right now to figure out. Yeah, the root cave is really far away, which is unfortunate because there's 2 things there I want to get. Obviously he wasn't the size of a square because he was a rat, but in sheer size, he was probably the size of a GameCube. By the end of his life, he was a huge motherfucker. Like, you wouldn't even think he was a rat if you saw him. Like, he was like fucking retarded large. But he was a rat. He was a Dumbo rat. And for those who don't know, a Dumbo rat is actually a standard rats are the rats that have their ears stick straight up, while Dumbo rats have ears that stick out to the side, and they're infinitely cuter. I love Dumbo rats way more. I've had both standard and Dumbos, quite a few of both. My mom and I talked about how, like, between, like, I was like 6 when I got my first rat, and the last rats I had were 2 girls. Back when I lived in Georgia, which was when I was that would have been like 19. So between the ages 6 and 19, we had probably over 100 rats. Not all at once, just over between those years. And you have to remember, they only live on average to be about 2.5 years. Very rarely did they actually live to be 3. Even when taking good care of and everything. They don't generally live 3 years. So, you know, that, and we would often have many at once. You know, like, there was a period where we had probably like 20. Like, 20 was the most we had at one time. So at any given time, we'd have between 1 and like 15 rats. So we quickly built up a repertoire for lots of them. And they all had distinct personalities and everything. Gizmo was really mean when we got him. He didn't like people because he'd been like kept in like this small cage his entire life away from like all the other rats and had like no human contact, and so he didn't like people. And we're pretty sure like the store owner didn't really like him and didn't really treat him very nicely either. So we got him, we took him home because we felt bad, and you know, like 10 to 12-year-old me was really stupid and was like, hey, maybe I should tease this rat that doesn't like us. So I was teasing him one day, and he bit a chunk out of my finger. And it was the kind of chunk that he bit out where the skin was still attached, but it was like hanging out. It wasn't like, oh, he bit a chunk and like bit it clean off or anything. It was like, you know, the skin is hanging off my finger and everything. And so my mom like rushes me to the hospital, and she's like, you need to sew this up and stuff. And the doctors go like, we can't sew this up. It's a health hazard, because if there had happened to be like he had a disease or something, he didn't. But if he'd happened to have a disease or something, they closed it up, I could have just got like really sick and infected from it. So they're like, we can't close this because we don't know what could possibly be in there that, you know what I mean? So like we just have to wrap it up and let it heal on its own. So it's just like this really nasty kind of scar now. But in a way, this probably sounds weird, but it's one of those things that in a way I really like having it, because it always reminds me of Gizmo when I see it. And Gizmo, after that point, I started being nicer to him and started taking care of him more and stopped teasing him. And he became one of the nicest rats we ever had, and just absolutely warmed up to people, and just was like the sweetest, sweet guy in the whole world, and just was an absolute one, like just wonderful to have. And I'm looking for, I have to blow up a certain area with a power bomb in order to get a missile expansion here, if you're wondering like what in the hell I'm doing. Plus I also have to blow up a different grate to get a Chozo artifact. Or no, the flamethrower upgrade, yeah. Not Chozo artifact, what are you talking about? So, the really sad thing, like time to make everybody here sad, is Gizmo, the way he died was one of the biggest, most impacting deaths I had growing up. Because I had, like I said, I got 100 rats. And this is like the one that impacted me the most, I think. Cause, we had a library right across the street from us. And one day Gizmo got really, really sick. And we pretty much knew it was his time. He was like 3.5. We're like, he's really fucking old. No rat we'd had ever lived to be that old. He had a lot of breathing problems and stuff, and because they get respiratory problems a lot. And he was just old. It was his time, and it was pretty obvious. Yeah, I have to powerbomb it. It was really obvious that he was going to be going soon. And me being me, you know, I came to love that guy. And now I told my mom, because she's like, yo, we got to go to the store today. And be like, I can't leave or he's going to die, and I want to be here when he dies. I don't want him to be alone. And so for about a week straight, I think it was like summer vacation or something, I didn't have school for like at all the week. And so I told my mom, I was like, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay home. So for about a week, I didn't go anywhere, and Gizmo lived. You know, he was still hanging on by a very thin thread. So finally, after about a week, my mom goes, let's go to the library. We'll be right across the street. We can come home within like 10 minutes. So I finally relented. I was like, fine. So I go to the library. We're gone like 10 minutes. We come back, and he was dead. And the saddest part to me was I gave him this little toy house I had, and he died on top of it. And he loved it. He spent like his whole life hanging out there. Anytime we came by, he'd hop on the house and come see us and say hi, and he ended up dying on top of the house. And it was really, really sad. And my mom always said that she felt that he was waiting for us to leave, because he held on for like a week. He was pretty much on death's door. And I'm trying to figure out. I don't think it's in there. Fuck it, I'm just gonna go get the flamethrower, I think. But he pretty much just waited, I think, that until we left to die. Because I don't think he wanted me there when it happened. But yeah, there's your sadness for a little bit. As we get the super cool flamethrower, which we probably never use, because it's not super duper incredible. Anyways, I will see you in just a minute, because I need to find this shit. Okay, I am back. And those guys are dead. So, I checked the little guide thing, and it was actually off, yeah, I checked the guide off screen. This is actually the room right before the one I was just in. So, that's why I couldn't find it. I was just in the wrong fucking room. So, that's rather unfortunate. What I was thinking before the cut, though, was just, I was talking about my rat Gizmo and how he died and everything. And, so that wasn't very fun. It's not fun when pets die. In fact, I don't really think it's fun when any animals die, except, like... I mean, like, I eat meat and stuff, I'm okay with eating meat. Meat? Hey, Ben! What you got there, Ben? Meat. But yeah, I eat meat. I eat steak and burgers and chicken and stuff, so... I would never kill an animal myself unless I was actually, like, about to die of hunger or something. If I had, like, no other choice, and it was like, it's either me or an animal, I guess I would have to do it, but... I would never just kill an animal for fun or anything, I'm not one of those people. I like animals, I do. I would never, like, eat a dog or a rat or anything. There's some countries that eat rats, I think some countries that eat dogs, but I would never do that, I'm all about the chickens and cows and stuff. So, yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of people like that. It's probably like the majority of people out there. Vegetarians and vegans want you to believe that they're like the majority consensus, but no, the majority consensus is probably that eating meat is like eating normal meat. Anyways, look at this guy over here. This guy's in like a weird little stasis tank thing. He's just standing there. Menacingly! No, this is actually a new kind of enemy, I believe. This is... Actually, I'll have to scan him first. So it wouldn't let me scan him outside of the tank, or while he's inside the tank. Yeah, this is a new creature. This is a Phazon Elite. Elite pirate infused with blah blah blah. But blah blah, he's Phazon. That's pretty much it. He's literally the same as the other guys we fought, the ones who when Andy guessed I was just like, these things are so stupid easy to kill. Yeah, it's literally that. It just has a different design. Excuse me. And it doesn't have the fucking shoulder cannon anymore. Other than that, it's exactly the same. It does the Quake thing and the little arm. I'm gonna charge in your attacks bullshit. I'm like stuck back here now. Holy shit. Yeah, and his design actually looks really cool. Like, he looks like some kind of cool ass. He looks like a Spider-Man villain or something. I'm not even that big on Spider-Man. I had an X. A really big X. Not like fat, but like a big X. Like, like where there's a big relationship and a big breakup. Like kind of remember it for the rest of your life. It was a big one. And she was like a huge Spider-Man fan, and it made me like actively dislike Spider-Man. You know how it is, like when you have like a big breakup, and then like everything they do, it's just like you don't have an interest in. You're like, oh, that sucks. It's not because it sucks; it's because it was something to do with them. Anyways, that is every Chozo artifact. Look at that shit. Now we only have a couple missile expansions to go, so I'm gonna cut myself and see you here. I didn't do an okay, I'm back, but I thought that worked just as well, personally. Maybe not, maybe that's just me. It ain't easy being cheesy. So yeah, we're in Talon Canyon, which I was talking about, I think, earlier, because we have to get to the Root Cave, which is actually what I was talking about earlier, I think. It's a Powerball lottery. So, where is the door? Gully. Like Fern Gully. So I think it's behind me. Is it? Okay, must be that one. Yeah, that's okay. You are a spiky guy. Oh, he hit me. He's hitting on me. Oh, it's a blood flower. Like a cure, you know. Secrets share with another girl. Yeah, that was that wasn't blood flowers. That's actually secrets. Yeah. Scarred, your back was turned, curled like an embryo. Yeah, I sing just like Robert Smith, don't I? So, let's see if I can do this. I hate the gravel beam, but I did it. I did it. So many mediums are going alright. Yeah, there's another blood flower. Your name like ice into my heart. Yeah, still doing that flawless Robert Smith impersonation. I don't know, Robert Smith's just one of those people that nobody can imitate. Nobody can be Robert Smith but Robert Smith. It's also like the most generic name in the world. I love how he just does not care. Like, oh shit, what? Well, I didn't fall that far at least. Fallen all the way to the bottom. Find myself at the bottom of a bottle once again. Probably will by the end of this Let's Play. Not now, Mom. I'm doing a lettuce play. Okay, time for grapple 2. Can he do it? Nope. I totally undershat that. Undershat? Is that a thing? Undershat? I undershat my pants. Poop everywhere because I poop my pants. It's a weird ass tree that we're on. It's just a tree bridge. Ugh. Tree beard, more like it. I think it'll work. It's really bad. I didn't build up like any air in my lungs before that, so like I just kind of cut myself off because I just couldn't keep that going any longer. Okay, third grapple. I had to get that dude out of the way first. I'm just gonna start killing dudes on the way up here just so they stop fucking with me. There we go. Like, okay, you can live. Okay, never mind. It's like, I'm not going to take the second to do it. Okay, I'm going to take the second to do it. So, let us fuck. The sneeze coming on. I have to edit that out, won't I? I always go to the fucking thermal visor instead of the X-ray one. No matter what the thermal one, I go to the X-ray one. It's like, okay, where is any... There's supposed to be some kind of... There it is. Get over there. What's up here? Is there something up here? Yeah. Do I not need to destroy that? No, I can just hop right in. Cool. Cool beans. 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 Baby beans. Cool beans. Beans. Cool. Okay, enough of that off. I hate this room. Oh my. Just. It's exactly how I feel. Just. Grapple number 4 or 5. I've lost count at this point. I don't even know. Come on. I was so expecting to fall there because it's just like, it's just gotta happen. If I could get all the way to the top again and fall. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. Z. Yeah, like that. Z. Yeah. Talking like Hercule for some reason. I am the world martial arts champion. That's. I can actually do a Hercule voice sometimes, but that was not it. I am the world martial arts champion. That's a little better, I think. It's like a mix of those two. Like, it has a little bit of this to it. But it's not quite like that. But anyways, I'm going to have to cut again because I have to go far away. So I will see you in a second. Okay, here we are. We have to whisper now because we're in this place. I forgot to scan the stasis tank. I don't think I had to, but anyways. There's a bunch of space pirates in here. Just kidding, I actually killed them all already. There's literally 0 enemies in this room. I killed everybody. This, I actually had to go back and add an annotation in, like, one of the earlier videos when Andy guessed it, because I completely missed this. I didn't even know this was one you could get. Completely fucking... Oh. Okay, I was wrong about that. There is an enemy in here. Anyways. This. Not that. This. Not a missile. You need a super missile, bro. I can't scan it, though. And it was this. There we go. That is the last missile expansion in the game. Look at that beauty right there. Oh. Oh. 100% of all pickups acquired. Image Gallery 4 unlocked. Skyline can access this from the Metroid Prime main menu. Way to break the fourth wall there, Metroid Prime. Even though it says 244, we're at 250, trust me. You can trust me, I'm a doctor. You're not a doctor. You're a big, fat, curly-headed fuck. I'm a curly-headed fuck? Yeah. I'm gonna take a pillowcase, fill it, full of bars of soap, and beat the shit out of you. Yeah, I'm checking my map to figure out some shit. So there are a couple things I want to pick up off-screen. Off-screen! So, it's nothing important, trust me. I'll even explain in the next video. Because I'm going to be ending this one here in a second. But I'll explain in the next video, like, oh, here's the thing I got, you motherfucker. Here's the things I got off-screen. My voice gives me super strength. You motherfucker. You motherfucker, do you want to fight? I'll fight you, motherfucker. Well, fight. Throw down, bitch. I haven't fought in 10 years. I'm fighting tonight. Throw down, bitch. Fucking Justin Long in Stranger Wilderness is like the greatest thing in the world. This pink fish is called a squiggly. I just want to... Dude, give me the mic. I just want to say something. Dude, give me the mic. Why is that pink thong running so fast? Alright, anyways, I actually need the video here. So in the next video, we'll finally get to go face Meta Ridley and wrap up this game. So I will see you there. Thank you for watching. I'm BackToBaskin. This has been Metroid Prime.